What's up, dudes and dudettes? My name's Seth, and today we're gonna be taking a first look at Garbage Day. A very expensive game for a very small, albeit fun, piece of content. So right now there is only a sandbox mini game right now, so we're just gonna hop into that and see what happens. So in this game, it starts at 7 o'clock every single day, or maybe it was 7:30. Oh yeah, there we go. We're just a normal, average dude who can get up and do all sorts of crazy stuff in a very small but very, very cool map. I actually really enjoy. Yes, we can play music and interact with all sorts of things. Like, it's very, very cool, man. Can we? Oh. Ah! Well, we smashed our window. Oh, I thought it was light already in here. It turns out we can turn the light on even more. So this is actually, like, these types of games are always right up my alley. I don't know what it is. I always just very much enjoy these interactive experiences that these games offer. Let's put the cereal in the microwave. There we go. Yeah, we got a really weird arm. Okay, that's weird. Let's turn the oven on as well. There's not really, honestly, there's not really that much to talk about with the game itself outside of what we're already doing. The timer that's going on at the top at a very insane speed actually ends up, once we hit 24 hours, the day resets and we start all over again. Apparently that is going to be a big part to play in the story, because it's kind of like a Groundhog's Day type of thing where you're constantly repeating the same day over and over. But for the time being, what's happening? Yeah, heads up, this game's very early access in that it's very unstable. I've had like so many different errors and stuff. So anyway, because we're in sandbox mode, they actually let us mess around with a bunch of stuff. Shotgun's my all-time favorite. The other guns are okay too, but they actually have different levels of power. So if you're actually using an axe, you can cut your way through a doorway very easily compared to if you try to use the bat or the katana. I like using the shotgun just because it's kind of like the higher ladder. It's like the axe of the guns. And with the grenade, it's a little bit weird where we can actually pick it up, carry it around and stuff like that. It doesn't actually get equipped, but we're just gonna use it like right here beside our house because the grenade actually doesn't even work in like any of the other houses don't really blow up except for our main one, at least from what I've been able to tell with testing. So let's press E and run away. Isn't it beautiful? I love physics games like this, man. So that's another thing too to take into account is the fact that our house seems to be the most interactive out of all the houses that they have created right now, including the houses across the street and stuff like that. It's like, as you end up going across the street and to the houses that are in your immediate vicinity, they're actually quite detailed, but as we go further down the street, it's like the houses get less and less detail inside. But I just love the fact that we can actually shoot all sorts of things. We can also slow-mo. I know it's a little bit gruesome for the pixelation-ness, but it's beautiful at the same time. Stay away from me. Get out of here. I also love the fact that we can shoot the door handle off and then push the... Okay, well, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Excuse me? Excuse me? I'm trying to do stuff. So if we come up into this first house right here, just as a prime example, this is the only house that actually has another weapon in it, that is the bat. And that's kind of the only point that I was really trying to get at is I would love, like, I already very much enjoy this game and the fact that we can kind of interact with everything. I don't know what's blocking our path there, but I don't like the fact that they didn't put that much interactive stuff out into these other houses and stuff. I absolutely love the style of graphics. I think that is fantastic. And I love the fact that everything is actually kind of like a physics object and can actually be broken. They do have some stuff you can mess around with, but not that much. If we end up going into the nuclear power plant, which I love the way that they made the smoke, you can actually climb all the way up to, I think it's like the 7th or 30th floor or something like that, and all the floors in between are actually very plain and very empty. That's kind of what I'm talking about. There's not really that much content in the game right now. This is also an electrical box that for some reason you can touch and kill yourself with. They also have a little bit of a meat grinder back there. There's also a couple different stores, but all you can really do with them is, so long as you are a wanted character, the people inside are just gonna be like, help me, and you can just steal all of the money out of the cash register, although there doesn't seem to be much of a point in buying or in having money or anything like that. So if we come in here, I just wanted to show you all this because I love the way that the fire looks. Seriously, I love the graphic style. And again, that's the thing that I think is so cool, is as we're like messing with the logs right here, you can only cut them up with the axe out of the melee weapons, and it's little touches like that that I very much enjoy about this game. Whoa! And the car too is pretty much invincible. As near as I can tell, we blast through trees and everything, and I'm just gonna show you the last area right over here because it seems like we're getting very, very close to our 24-hour clock here. I don't know if you can swim or anything like that. Again, there's not really that much to the map right now. I'm hoping that this actually does develop into something rather than just being kind of a quick little indie game like this. Like, it's cool, but not for the price. In all honesty, it's a little bit overpriced considering the general lack of content, but the polish of the game is actually pretty good. You gotta be careful when you come out to this desert here because you can actually flip your car over and then you're just screwed. But that's the thing too, is don't get too excited. There's actually not really anything out here. I've actually even gone over to that lighthouse. There doesn't seem to be anything. The only thing that I have found is over here. There seems to be a little bit of an Easter egg with a deer and a balloon that says get well soon, just kind of for fun. Otherwise, you can also go into the ocean. Oh, that's right. You can't swim. Your guy doesn't even drown. So you can just go into the ocean until the end of time. However, when you are in the ocean, there's a very obscured visual cue, like a visual effect over your character. All right, well, goodbye to our car. Can we actually blow it up? Now, I would be curious about that. Nah, it doesn't look like it. So some stuff you can interact with and blow up, other stuff you can't. There may end up being like a bunch of secrets out here. I don't really know. But either way, that's already... Are we even? Yeah, we are traveling up this hill. It just doesn't look like it. Huh. So yeah, as we get close to the 24-hour clock, that's already it. And honestly, that's kind of all there really is for this game. Like, in terms of its entire content, like even going into the other houses, it's not really that much different from the houses that I actually showed you in the video. So I just wanted to show you all that, just show you that this game is very, very cool, but it's a little bit pricey, at least for my taste. You know, somebody, I'm sure this is probably like their favorite game or something like that. Links are in the description below either way. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do not forget to duke in the like button for me, share, favorite, and subscribe to join Team Pixel. Sign on, stay epic, everybody.